wear a hat, sometimes play chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling. But all complexions that I adore, so hard to find, these seem impossible to score. So I dream on to someday find that vintage love. I kept on looking, but everyone's such a bore. And out of a sudden, it's the Kauffie Company. The Santa's doing his rounds, fans of Lincolns and Browns. Don't be sorry if you missed it. Kit Kat is a biscuit. It's the Kauffie Company. It's the Kauffie Company. It's the Kauffie Company. Oh yeah, baby, smell the brew. It's the Kauffie Company, and it's shipping to you. Coffee, Kauffie Company, yeah, oh yeah, it's the Kauffie Company. It's the Kauffie Company. Coffee,
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to your place of chill. It is the Kauffie Company. It is Thursday, the 6th of March, and it's a very warm, very lovely 15 degrees centigrade. It is warm. It's so warm, I've had to take my jumper off, or as you all know, Mickey's jumper off. I've had to take my jumper off. It is just too warm, but it's very, very lovely. The sun is shining. Spurs are playing today, which is going to ruin everything like it always does, but we're going to have a good day. We're going to have a good pre-match chill session where we're probably going to talk absolutely zero amounts of the football because, lol, clickbait is always a great thing. Clickbait is excellent. But welcome back. It's really nice to have a really lovely day. I've got my table and chairs out because I've been. Let's see if I can move that. Can I move that? Here we go. No, it doesn't make it any better. I've got my table and chairs out because we're cleaning the paddock. We're cleaning. We're actually doing some work. Who would have thought? But it's lovely and warm today. It is lovely and warm. I'm cleaning my outside area, and we're going to get past it. We're gonna clean the shop, and we're gonna get ready. Yes, Spurs are playing tonight. Who would have thought? But without further ado, I'm gonna have a coffee. But before I have a coffee, let's see who's in the chat to take us through the show. We're going to talk about many things. We've got a guest here. We've got little bro himself. We've got him with the CM Punk t-shirt. It's Daigle World Order member because you've been put in a faction. We'll talk about that later. But let's see who's in the chat to take us through the show. We've got Robbie at Lily White Lane. Good to see you. Good to see a little one. He's saying big up, Ben. Coffee Mania. We're booking it. We are booking it. We've got Angus saying big up, Tribal Chief. Good to see you. The Tribal Chief is here. Does that mean Ryan is main event? Does that make you main event Isaacs?
Main event Isaacs. Just the best in the world. Just the best.
You're not the best in the world, Ryan. I'm sorry.
Leave it out. I'm the best in the world.
No, you're not, mate. But we've got to get through these people. We've got Phil P. Woo! Good to see you. Mark Taylor's in the house. Good to see you, Mark. The Sheriff's in the house. Good to see you. Afternoon, Ben and chat. Big up, sir. Good to see you, Sheriff. YouTube member. What you gonna do when Coffee Mania runs wild on you? Indeed. Good to see you. It's damn true. It is Spurs today. We got Marios in the house. Good to see you, Marios. Good to see you. SmackDown tomorrow. Indeed, Angus Powell. We got Tom 81 of the Daigle World. That's such a brilliant thing I created. The Daigle World Order. I love it. Good afternoon, Ben. Big up the chat. Good to see you. Good to see you. Another clickbait thumbnail. Indeed, clickbait is what I'm here for. And I told you all, you can't go at me for clickbait because I told you all from the beginning. We got Mr. Box Office, the Hotspur Prince. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Big up, Alex. Indeed. Lol. James Flowers in the house. Good to see ya. Flower Power. Good to see ya. A Tavacron Wembley one. All I can see is AZ coming, flying out the box and, of course, absolutely catching us out all stone cold 2-0. We'll have to see. We can talk about the football later. We'll talk about it later. We've got Colin Crossamano's in the house. Good to see you. No, he's not. No, he's not. Don't let him get delusional. Good to see Ryan.
CM Punk.
Cult of Personality or Fireburns? Cult of Personality.
Cult of Personality wrestling, but to sing along to this Fireburns.
It's a good one. Oi, oi, good to see you. Good to see you, Mr. K. Haven't seen you in a bit. We've got Rhythmic Renegade saying Arabica beans are the best in the world. They are indeed. Depends which ones you like, though. For life, indeed. Hello, if you smell. Big up, homie. Hope you're all much love to the coffee beans in the chat. Leo, Alex, Ryan, Tom. Woo! Twisted Personality. DWO isn't just for Christmas, it's for life. The Daigle, I'm going to have to make that t-shirt, aren't I? The Daigle World Order. Too sweet. Got to bring some of the dream matches we were booking the other night. Yes, we were. Before we get onto it, I booked a match between Nick Collison and Flower Power versus you or Roadman and Daigle. Daniel Levy is the special guest referee, and Daigle turns on you and joins and becomes heel, and he joins Levy and joins.
I actually put a tweet out when Daigle put the tweet out saying, in case you haven't seen it, I'll show everyone.
Oh, we got Rinketics in the house. Rinketic, what's your thoughts on Anfield IRL? I've never been to Anfield, but Ryan has spent most of his time at Anfield getting kicked out of it.
Not true. It only happened once. I've been there 3 times and only been kicked out.
You spend most of your time getting kicked out of it.
No,
it's true.
I'll say
it's damn true.
Unbelievable night out.
Don't let facts get in the way of a good story, Ryan. If you make it, I will buy it.
So I done this. So I'm not sure if Daigle turning heel and joining forces with Levy will be the biggest shock since.
Easy win. Me and Nick are the tag team champs. Big up, Daniel. Good to see you. Good to see you. No culo, no cool. Absolutely. But I'm going to get myself a coffee.
And while you do that, I'll say, because I didn't really get a chance to say my thoughts on the whole Cena heel turn, did I? Yeah. So Cena's heel turn is the best heel turn since Austin made the deal with the devil at WrestleMania 17.
Yeah.
The only reason I'd say it's not better than Hogan's is Hogan's heel turn in WCW created competition with WCW and WWE. I think Cena's heel turn has ended competition. That's
for sure. I think it has as well.
AEW died.
I wouldn't say it died, Ryan. I wouldn't say it died. It's just Tony Khan is not. He's not capable of booking an angle that good. This was my problem with AEW. I love it. You know, Ryan. I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah.
The problem with AEW is they let the wrestlers run the roost rather than they have an actual creative team. So that there are little things that AEW does better than WWE. Timeless Toni Storm is better than any women's gimmick in WWE. And that, for me, that is undisputed. She is unbelievable. But
I'll take your word for it.
It's the but. The rest of it is crap. So they've got some gimmicks that are amazing. But the problem with AEW is that Tony Khan does not know how to book a card. If they get a proper booking team with that talent, they'll do just fine. But
just, like with AEW, it's just blood and fighting or
Yeah,
there's no
it's
actual
some,
story. Like
some of the
someone
stories are brilliant.
someone said it perfectly. The star power we have in WWE right now levels the Attitude Era, levels it, like in terms of star power of all the stars we've got. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, John Cena. Now everything's there. To the level of what the Attitude Era was. But in terms of storytelling and actual narrative and long-term telling a story, it shits on the Attitude Era.
They've got so many good storylines, so many good ones.
Yeah, at the moment, it shits on it.
A heel turn is when a good guy becomes a bad guy. That's the simplest way. That's the simplest way. Don't think Stone Cold on the truck means he's joining Rock and Cena. I think he's gonna interfere in that match. Danielson and Anfield is probably one of the hardest grounds in football, and has an away team, has to hold on to the first leg. Yeah, indeed.
Another bit of long-term storytelling. Do you remember when Cena and The Rock were going at each other at WrestleMania 28?
Yep.
And before it, you had the Rock concert.
Yep, of course.
In Cena's rap, he says he would never be The Rock's mouthpiece.
And now he's done. But in regards to this from Daniel, because we don't want to just go, there's a reason Spurs have only won 3 times in 108 years at Anfield.
7.
3 times in the league.
Yeah.
3 times in the league. It's a real problem for us. I think it's to the light in I'm coming for the Inter Coffee title. That's a great name for a title. I'm keeping that. Tony, no, he's not. Haven't watched AEW years. Yeah, yes, Tony Storm is better than Bianca Belair. 100%.
Tony Storm is maybe better than Bianca Belair, but she's not, in my opinion, not better than Rhea Ripley.
Yes, she is.
I think she is a superstar.
I think Tony Storm is unbelievable. Yeah, I love MJF. I'm a big fan of his. Roman Reigns. She's Tony Storm is brilliant because Ben's coffee is better than yours, and you know it. Indeed. Good to see you, Mr. Harris. Hopefully you're well, sir. Hopefully you're well. We need to have another chat again. But good to see her. Everyone shows some support for Mr. Dave, the Irish Hotspur. The only female wrestler for me who matches Storm is Rhea. Indeed. She's the only one. Tony Storm is just that good.
And I think Rhea's heel turn's coming soon.
I think it is as well. Ryan, wash your mouth out. Attitude Era was the best. Been a big fan of KO and Sammy since. Yeah, what about your girlfriend's sister, Robbie? That's cutting to the bone. I remember that.
Which match is better? Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes ladder match, or Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn unsanctioned?
Unsanctioned is the best.
I'm leaning towards the ladder match.
I've stayed loyal, unlike yourself, to Spurs. Oh God, you stop it! You've killed him.
What a promo!
That's a promo. He's cutting promos. Oh, you dirty old man. She's not. Yes, she is. Damn, Robbie. She just, yeah.
No.
I meant the geezer on the right. It's definitely. I've done my. MJF is the best current wrestler. No, CM Punk is the best wrestler on the mic. No one can deny that. Used to mark up.
Did you see that promo on Monday Night Raw?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. For someone who doesn't watch wrestling at all anymore, I picked the right event to watch. His one-off scene of turn here. I've waited 15 years. Indeed. The ladder match is great.
What this has done is made wrestling cool again. I lived in an era, like my era as a kid, 10, 15 years ago, where wrestling was perceived as childish, for kids, fake. You got labeled it at school,
Yeah. It's now become pop culture, isn't it?
Yeah, 90s and 2000s. If you were watching wrestling in school, it was amazing. You could talk, wrestling in school. When you went into the later 2000s, early 2010s, if you talked about it in school, you were geeky. It was rubbish. It was fake. And it's going back to the 90s again.
It's become pop culture. It's now become pop culture. Big up Bret Hart, indeed. Big up Bret Hart. And I definitely liked them doing the Hart Foundation move. That was great. That was great. But in other news, coffee news, cold brew is now available to buy at the Coffee Company.
You've got a nice coffee.
Yeah.
Summertime.
Iced coffee is now available at the Kauffie Company. So if you are in the area, you can get some iced coffee now.
I
It's
am
now-
coming in the summer, 100%.
Good stuff. You always get the same thing as wrestling fan. You know it's fake, right? As yes. No one goes to Avengers Endgame and says, you know that what's his name can't actually do superpowers, right? So stupid. So stupid. Angus, last time he was here, I was talking to people really wanted to, yeah, absolutely. Was pretty poor. Triple H has really brought back long-term storytelling. Hinted £10. Look at no, it's not. Afternoon, guys. Good to see ya. We'll see you at the Southampton. No. Flower power. This is a lie. What I said is Allison's performance. I love Vic, but there's no way. Allison is different gravy. Allison's different gravy. That performance he pulled against PSG yesterday was unbelievable in the Champions League. Under the lights, a very, very good PSG team.
Reminded me of Lloris's performance away in Dortmund.
Yeah, it was like that. It was unbelievable, that performance. Like people were saying that Alisson could have saved the Titanic last. He could have saved. If there was an asteroid coming to destroy the world, Alisson would have saved it. That's
I saw a bad meme about people saying if Alisson was there for 9/11, he could have saved the Twin Towers.
Wrestling is it is. It's incredibly. Don't you put David Raya on Alisson's level? Don't you put he's barely on Vicario's level. No one is on Alisson's level.
Alisson has been the best goalkeeper in the league for about
6 years, about 5 years now. For about 5 years, he is just the best goalkeeper.
I do think Edison's better on the ball.
Edison's better on the ball, but as a goalkeeper,
he is
the best. He is the best goalkeeper in the world. He is the best at everything.
He's the best goalkeeper the Premier League has ever seen.
Oh no, disagree with that.
No, he's better than Schmeichel.
No, he's not. No,
yes,
he's not.
He's better
no,
than
he's not. Come on, Ryan.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
We're all having this argument now. Alisson's. Yeah, he is the best goalkeeper in the world. He is the best goalkeeper in the world. Gonna end. I don't think so. Punk is gonna turn. I don't think so. No, he's not. Absolutely not. Charlotte Flair. Woo! Alisson's best. Yeah, he is the best goalkeeper. No, he is not. No, he's not. At distribution, I'd give you that. But as a goalkeeper, Vicario is a better goalkeeper. He's a better shot stopper. He's a better saver of the ball than. But as a distributor, Raya is very, very good, and he's one of the best in the league. Best goalkeeper ever is Buffon. Ooh, it's a difficult one. Let us know. Let us know. Let us fit. Like Ugo was the best shot. He was incredible. How good he was at shot stopping. He was very, very good. Can we talk about Lita and Sable or Trish?
No, but we can
Dirty old man. Good afternoon, Ben and Ryan and everyone. Good to see you. El Del Cocorel. Good to see you. No, he's not. Good afternoon, Barbaric. Hopefully you're well, sir. Hopefully you're well. Nah. I don't see Raya doing what Vicario did with a broken ankle against Man City. I don't see him doing that.
Have you watched that documentary?
No, I haven't. Ian Walker had better hair. He did.
Did you know? And Spurs kept that very quiet. He had to have a second surgery on that ankle.
Yeah. That's how bad that break was. It was a really bad fracture.
Nothing to do with the break. The stitching that they done, because they flew him straight to Italy to have the surgery straight away, Bosch, which was right. And when obviously it came out the boot and the stitches had to be removed, one of the stitches was stuck actually, because it dissolves, it actually went into his skin instead of surgically remove the stitch.
Yep.
So could you imagine if Spurs Twitter, the Spurs official Twitter account, put out a tweet saying, or Paul O'Keefe put out, he's had to have a second surgery. The meltdown that would have came from us.
But it is what it is, right? Ryan, it's absolutely is what it is. It happens. It's a freak accident. Ryan is a $2 schmuck. Smash the like button. Indeed, Colin, smash the likes. Good to see you, Aki. Good to see you, Amir.
Stay safe, bro.
Stay safe, indeed. I got trapped in a headlock with Lita many times. I remember when we spoke about 1,000 goalkeepers, and then we would get Vic. I love Vic. I think he's brilliant because he's never had a broken ankle. He couldn't do it. I actually think Neuer or Peter. Oh yeah, both of them goalkeepers were unbelievably good. Unbelievably good. I don't know. I think Neuer is on that.
You are sleeping on Neil Sullivan.
That is a very good question. Who is better, Manuel Neuer or Peter Schmeichel?
Manuel Neuer. It's not even close.
Oh, no, you can't say that.
No,
you might be able to say no. This
is nothing against Peter. This is nothing against Peter Schmeichel. He was an excellent goalkeeper. But what Manuel Neuer, the saves Manuel Neuer has done that I've seen is
Neuer's got the longevity, hasn't he? He's got the longevity of being at a top club for many, many, many years and still being in that Bayern team and showing quality. Let's see. Peter Schmeichel or Manuel Neuer? That's a really good question because those two are very similar goalkeepers. I would say Neuer is probably better at distribution because he's had to play in a team that, especially for Pep Guardiola as well. It's a very difficult one.
Back then, it wasn't known for keepers to play.
Yeah. All of them. BTEC, Pat Jennings. Big up, Pat Jennings. Peter Schmeichel all day. Buffon was winning stuff in the 90s with Parma. Rowan 2015, 26. He's still playing Champions League finals here. And losing them because he never won one of them. But Buffon was incredible. What?
It's the only thing he never won.
Yeah. Jennings, Clements, or Shilton. Peter Shilton was brilliant. None of them would get anywhere near Big Pat. Ooh. Peter Schmeichel was overrated. Roy Keane. Schmeichel changed the game, won the Euros with Denmark too.
And then they had to change the rules. Because they just passed it. Schmeichel would just pick the ball
up. Hi everyone, good to see a side dancer. Good to see Iker Casillas won many a trophy, heavily trophy. This guy, Iker Casillas, in his pomp was ridiculous. He was ridiculous. But the problem is he had a massive drop-off, didn't he, Jose? He had a massive drop-off after he had an injury. And then...
It's pretty much when Jose left, didn't it?
Yeah, he had a massive drop-off.
He just went downhill.
Oliver Kahn was a superb goalkeeper. Marc-Andre ter Stegen was some underrated. I never really rated him, to be fair. Here's Loris Seaman every day of the week. That's to show that we're not biased on this show. Billy the Fish is the best. If you know, you know. Eric the Viking. Big up, Eric the Viking. Victor Valdez was, yes, he was. He was very overrated. Casillas was epic. For me, it was Canizares for Valencia was a very yes. That's a good one. There's been some De Gea. People have really De Gea is one of the most underrated. How good is he at Fiorentina? United got rid of him because they said he wasn't good enough. Look at the keepers.
Between 2018 and 2024, he was probably one of the worst goalkeepers in the world. But before then, between 2014 and 2018, probably one of the best in the world.
Was that the managerial? Because he's gone to Fiorentina, Ryan, and he's quality. And now he's sodded off. He doesn't even want to argue the point. Doesn't want to big up Jorge Campos, revolutionized keeper. Big up. He won the World Cups, Euro Cups. He was quality. Is that? No, yeah, it is. It still is. I met Eric and ignored him along with Paul Stewart. How dare you? Walter Zenga, Joseph Hart, and underrated. Joe Hart was very good until he came to Tottenham. Good morning, all. Good to see you, Jason Bell. Good to see you. I just got a text from Ian Ferguson, who's in the UK for the. He's in the UK. How is it? Ian comes to the UK, the country where it always rains. And it's bloody lovely and sunny. And he's having a pint. Good on you, Ian. Shout out to Ian Ferguson for getting a pint in the sunshine. That's what you got to do when you're in the UK. It kept United in it. Which is like, David De Gea needs a hell of a lot of respect put on his name, as they say. As the kids say, no, some of us fan base want you to believe Kudus better than Grealish. They're very different footballers. I love Kulusevski. I'm a big fan. KDL all the way. Where's Phil P? KDL. KDL all the way. Very different footballers. Very different footballers. I do like. I'd love to have Jack Grealish at Spurs. I'd love to have Jack Grealish. Don't forget, Pat had big centre forwards who would assault you, leather football. Yeah, he was brilliant. He was absolutely brilliant. What else is there going to argue about? To be honest, here's the thing: you can separate it. We don't want to talk about this shit. Harry Kane is a better goal scorer than Thierry Henry, in my opinion. This is all opinions now. Henry is a better footballer. Kane's a better goal scorer. Henry's a better footballer. Can we just leave it at that? Can we leave it at that? For me, Harry Kane's one of the best strikers. I think possibly he's one of the best goal scorers the Premier League has ever seen. And he's the second highest goal scorer in the Premier League. And he would, if he had stayed at Tottenham, he would already have broken that record with the goals he's scoring at Bayern Munich. He would be there. But for me, that's how it is. Kane is a better Kane is a better goal scorer. Henry is a better footballer. That's the way I'm going to leave it.
Whoa. If you repeat that one more time, Ryan the Rock Isaacs is going to have to come down there and shove the coffee straight up your candy ass.
No, Thierry Henry is a better footballer. He is a better footballer.
Rinketic, yes. No.
KDL. Not that shit. Yes, please, none of this shit. I'm bored of this argument. In terms of who's our best player right now, who is our best player ability-wise?
In terms of ability, James Maddison.
I think so as well. I would agree with you. Or Mikey Moore. Mikey Moore's got incredible ability. He just needs needs the right coach. He needs the right coach to get out the best of him. Best twin signings we've ever done. Czech was a very, very good goalkeeper for many, many years. He was a very good goalkeeper. No using stats, mate. All fairs. All fairs. He's having chicken wings. Agreed. Remember, Shearer had scored over 100 goals before the Premier League started. He did indeed. Angus, Henry can run. Ryan, don't be dumb. Henry couldn't pass the ball like Kane does. Oh, no, not this argument. I'm fed up of this debate. Henry he's a better footballer, but Kane is a better goal scorer, and I think he's a better striker.
Henry is not a better footballer.
Henry is a better footballer.
No.
And this is me being unbiased. KDL can be the Kane Defence League as well. Woo! Also respect to Petter after. Yeah, indeed. The first we feast. He didn't need to. He had. I don't think he could do.
Let's see.
I don't think Henry could do the passes that Kane does. I think Kane is the perfect mixture of Shearer, Sheringham, and Gerrard. I think he's a mixture of those three players. He's the perfect mixture of those players. He's got the long passing of a Gerrard. He's got the spatial awareness of a Teddy Sheringham, and he's got the goal scoring attributes of Alec. He's just he was unbelievable. Absolutely.
Did you see last night?
What was that? Yes, I did. Indeed. I'm with Ryan. Shall we do hot one? Yes, we should do. Henry also had better players. Oh,
Brian and Miles will cook at that, the hot one challenge, because they can have
it's very difficult. It's so very difficult. Because that Kane team he had was unbelievable. We didn't need Henry. He was a beast. My ex wanted to call daughter Thierry to wind me up. That says it all. Indeed. I'd agree with Ben. Henry's the better footballer. Kane the more natural finisher. Indeed.
I agree with
yeah, very different footballers.
However, they both actually had to work on their game to become the players they were.
Two very comparable careers in terms of the way they've improved themselves as footballers. Yes. I'm hungry now, but Kane for 10 years scored year after year, and Henry would last a year because he was that good. Let's be honest. He But yeah, it's so difficult. I hate this. It's two different eras. It's two different footballers, two different positions. Henri was more of the shadow striker, whereas Kane was the main man. He was the number 9. Whereas Henri could play left wing. He could play number 10. He could sort of do that number 9 role. Ryan, I'm starving now.
Vieira or Moussa Dembele?
Vieira.
Yep.
Vieira. I love Moussa Dembele. He's one of the best footballers I've ever seen. But Vieira was different gravy. He was everything. He was a number 6. He was a number 8. He was a number 10. And did all three seamlessly.
Mm-hmm.
I got a warning for my hashtag. Yeah, hashtags sometimes do it. That's why people say Henri is the greatest all time in the Premier League. It's all opinion.
The greatest foreign player of all time.
No, he's the best player in Premier League history.
No, he's not.
Yes,
he's not the greatest foreign player. That's not
I'm moving on from this argument. I'm fed up.
Sergio Aguero.
Damn you, Angus.
Sergio Aguero.
Angus. It's all your fault. Bergkamp. Two very different footballers. You can't compare a number 10 to a number 9.
Very similar footballers, just play different positions.
Berbatov was ridiculous. Moose was one of the finest I've seen. Indeed. Ryan Giggs. How much as I hate Arsenal, can't deny the quality in Vieira is what was. Yes, indeed. Henri or Bale. Two different positions. Two very different systems. You can't compare them. Henri played either as a striker in a 4-4-2, whereas Bale played at right wing in a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1. Very close. Very different positions.
Johnson or Aaron Lennon?
Who? Brennan Johnson or Aaron Lennon?
Yeah.
Aaron Lennon every day of the week.
Thank you.
Every day of the week. Bergkamp all day long. It's so different. Bale would be right out there. Most decorated British footballer ever.
He's the top 3 greatest.
Well, he's the most decorated British footballer ever.
For me, in terms of the modern era, he's the 3rd greatest behind Messi and Ronaldo.
Ooh, very difficult.
No.
Henri was a left back. No, he wasn't. He was a left winger. He was a left winger at Monaco. Lennon all day. Lennon all day. Bergkamp is a Spurs fan. Yep, Alan Sugar fucked that up. Alan Sugar fucked that up tremendously. Didn't know who he was. What a twat. What a twat. That's why you don't let business people run football matters.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
No, I totally disagree. I'm siding with my boy Gareth. Gareth was a much better player. And
Bale is closer to Messi and Ronaldo
than Neymar was.
Neymar
should have been the 3rd best player in the world, but his attitude and his antics stopped him doing that. Bale was just.
I can put it this way.
I'm siding with my boy Bale.
Neymar isn't even in the conversation for me as greatest Brazilians of all time.
I love that. I love Neymar as a footballer, but he's not on Bale's level.
Neymar isn't top 5 greatest Brazilians of all time.
No.
But
again, Bale was he's from Wales. And Wales have not had. They've had Ryan Giggs, Gareth Bale. They've had Rush. They've had Craig Bellamy. We've got Colin Cross.
Ben Davis.
Ben Davis. No. But
yes, Ronaldinho is better than Neymar, Angus.
Oh, it's easy. Advanced Arsenal changing like AVB change. He was playing left wing at Monaco. And Juventus as well. Bergkamp, he did. Ronaldinho was better, as goes without saying. Neymar isn't even the top 10 greatest Brazilians. Indeed, if Bale had been English, he would have been Gary Speed as well was another one. Neymar couldn't lace Ronaldinho's boots. Mark Hughes. Neymar would get an Oscar anytime. Yes, he would. Gary Speed. Nah, don't name Aaron Ramsey. Don't name Aaron Ramsey. None of them would live with John Charles. Bale's greatest accomplishment in his career was winning the trophy. Yes, correct. Thanks for correcting me. No, it's no problem. The greatest Welshman is Brennan. JDL indeed. I love Brennan Johnson, but he's just not a good footballer. He's a good goal scorer. He's not a good footballer. He's not a good footballer
at all. He's not a good goal scorer either.
He's our best goal scorer this season.
Doesn't make him a good goal scorer. Good goal scorers are able to score different types of goals.
It's this season. Right. I think
it's been. But this is my problem with and I've tried to explain it to my mates who will have nothing of it because they love Brennan Johnson. They love him.
JDL.
Yeah, Brennan Johnson, I like. I just think he needs to offer way more.
This is one of the worst takes I've. Neymar in the top 4 Brazilians. Have you seen what?
You've left out Rivaldo,
Roberto
Carlos,
Lucio, Maicon,
I think Maicon.
Dani Alves. Maicon, maybe not. Cafu's another one. Cliff Jones was quality. Yeah. Best winger in the world. Another great Pat Van Den Hal, my guy. Neymar has, besides the money he's made and that one Champions League, I think his career has been wasted. Indeed, I agree massively. Zico, Socrates, nah. Fuck off, Rinketic. Garincha, Socrates, Romario. He's not even in the top 15. He wouldn't even get on the bench in that 70s Brazil team.
That's why I said Bale was closer to Messi and Ronaldo than he is to Neymar.
If you change the brain, Gaza, Lucas Moura was overrated. He was indeed.
He wasn't. No, he wasn't. He was rated quite fairly, in my opinion.
He was terrible to lot. Blame Brazilians, not me. Nah. Neymar is good. Rivaldo had much more consistent. Yeah, he did.
Near the level people think he is. He's a play-acting, diving prima donna that is occasionally good at football.
I really like Neymar as well, and he could have been one of the best players ever. But his antic, him going to PSG was the worst decision of his career. Instead of playing at Barcelona and being one of the greats, he went for money. I
don't think he went for money. No, he left out the limelight of Lionel Messi because he was never ever going to win the Ballon d'Or because that's what Brazil.
No one was going to win the Ballon d'Or with Messi and Ronaldo. That shows how good Luka Modric is. That's how good a footballer. This is actually this is going to be really controversial, and I'm going to get slaughtered by the older boys in the chat. Luka Modric or Glenn Hoddle? Discuss. I'm throwing that out there.
Luka Modric or Glenn Hoddle?
Yep.
Glenn Hoddle.
Oh, Glenn Hoddle would never won the Champions League 6 times.
Makes no difference.
It does. Glenn Hoddle never won a Ballon d'Or.
Are we talking on players' ability here?
I'm talking about ability, career. Glenn Hoddle is probably the best player to ever play for Tottenham. I'm putting it out there. Glenn Hoddle or Jimmy Greaves are the best 2 players to ever play for Tottenham.
Kane.
Luka Modric, my God, was that guy a genius?
I
put Modric in the top 10.
He's still banging in goals from 30
Yes, correct. Being the captain of Real Madrid at 39 years of age. Winning Champions Leagues, winning league titles. Good to see it.
As a career, Luka Modric, and it isn't even close. Ability-wise, Glenn Hoddle was just better than Luka Modric. Hoddle
so difficult. Hoddle, Luka.
But it isn't a big of a gap as people would think it is.
I think Luka Modric has got the longevity. I think he's got the trophy acumen. He went to the biggest club in the world, won the best club in the world, and he won everything being the captain.
People wanted him sold after 6 months.
Yep, unbelievable. He was the captain of Real Madrid. He won the Ballon d'Or in an era with Messi and Ronaldo into the greatest
Croatia to a World Cup final, and then 4 years later took him to a World Cup semi-final.
Hoddle all day long. Modric won the best mid. I think Modric, I put him in the top 5 midfield. I'm putting him above Platini. I'm putting him above so many. Modric was a genius. And he gets so disrespected for what he's done.
Where does Modric rank in the Xavi and Iniesta debate?
I put Modric above them too. Because Modric is them 2 combined. He does everything. With Real Madrid, yeah, the cream rises to the top, mate. The cream rises to the top. Gaza was better. Oh, I think it's very comparable.
No.
Modric's the best player I watched play for us. Fourth, won the World Cup. Is he better than Ledley? Different position. Different. And he wasn't in the team, was he? Wasn't in the team. King or Adams? Ledley King. Ledley King was better than Tony Adams.
Ledley King's better than any Arsenal defender.
That's going to be a one. I watched Hoddle for 10 years and they're both magicians. Does Salah get the respect? He doesn't get enough respect. Doesn't get enough respect as a footballer.
Can I tell you why he doesn't get enough respect? He doesn't win as much. And it's facts.
I would agree. I would agree with you.
If he had won...
If he was at Man City and did what he does at Liverpool at Man City, he'd be up there.
He would have 2 Ballon d'Ors right now.
Modric is still a genius, indeed. One is a midfield giant and the others, both of them are midfield magicians. Modric is them two combined. Hoddle was the best I've ever seen play for us. Hoddle won things with Spurs, Modric didn't. But not many people have won things. And I think if we had Modric in that team, we would be more close. If we had Modric with Pochettino as the manager, with Dembele and Wanyama next to him, I think we'd have won a lot more. We would have won the league that year.
Could you imagine that?
Imagine you had those three in midfield: Modric, Dembele, Wanyama. You win everything.
And then a free up top of Son, Kane, and
you would have had Eriksen or Dele.
Eriksen, yeah. You would have had a diamond, wouldn't you, in midfield?
Yeah. Ozzy said Hoddle would have played for Brazil and Argentina. Possibly. Football's different. Yes, King is better than Adams. Like me. Yes. Plenty of players with lesser ability have won more trophies than players superior to them. It's true as well.
I just got to say something. What's his name?
Angus.
Go watch Ledley King highlights right now and imagine what he could do with 2 functioning knees.
Yep. The best. I'm saying this because it goes. Thierry Henry, the best ever footballer in the Premier League, said he was the best defender he ever played against.
The only one that could get the ball off him without fouling him.
Yep. That's how good Ledley King was. If you're saying that Henry is the best footballer in the league, if you're saying he's the best footballer in the league's history, Thierry Henry said he was the best ever defender he played against. End of story. Was the only player to... Yep. Modric was the only player to break the Hod is God. Yep, he did. He ain't. This is...
However, Kane should have won the Ballon d'Or in 2016-17. The 2017 Ballon d'Or.
Didn't win enough.
He didn't win anything. That's the only reason he didn't win it.
Yeah, go watch Tony Adams play. Ledley King was a freak. Sedan Dembele was the reason we lost the Euro.
The reason we lost the Euros final is because we didn't play Kane and Lucas Moura as the front 2 up front together.
The reason we lost that game, Ryan, is we were shit on the night. Let's be fair.
So were Liverpool.
No, but Liverpool didn't need. They got that penalty, which it wasn't a penalty by any stretch of the imagination. And you were there, weren't you, Ryan? You went to that game.
I was at the stadium.
You were at the stadium. Remember how hot it was that day? It was unbelievably hot. 40 degrees. All Liverpool had to do was put 10 men behind the ball and defend the entire game because they'd won the game.
The reason why we didn't have any... The thing that Lucas Moura is a freak when it comes to pace and his low centre of gravity.
Yep.
Absolute freak. And his body strength is completely different to someone with pace like Son. Son doesn't really have the ability to shove someone off while running. He stands there and tries to use that first 2-3 seconds.
Yeah, he uses his burst of pace.
Yeah. Lucas Moura was like that. He could go. I remember the goal, the Leeds goal in the final of the season is a prime example.
My guy.
And
I mean,
what Liverpool would have been so afraid of would have been Lucas Moura
and power, especially because he's Brazilian as well, which means he could deal with the heat better, which was another reason I don't understand.
Lucas Moura playing up front alongside Harry Kane would have meant Liverpool would have dropped 5 to 10 yards further back to counteract the pace, and it would have given Kane and Eriksen and Dele and others like that just that few yards and few seconds extra to pick a pass out and to create more.
We lost all 3 of his finals.
It would have been an unselfish role by Lucas Moura, but it would have been a vital role in that Champions League final.
He was good in that. He was good in the air as well.
And we should have dropped Harry Winks because everyone talks about the
Harry Winks was the best player.
Harry
Harry
Winks,
Winks, that was his best game in a Tottenham shirt, Ryan.
he shouldn't have played in that final.
But he was the best player on the pitch for us.
He shouldn't have played in that final.
Mane, yeah, he did. He did.
Didn't
If
even
Bayern
know.
win the Champions League and Lee Kane must have a shout for Ballon d'Or, yes,
Yes,
he
he
should
does.
do.
For one simple reason, there's no international tournament this year.
Yep. Poch let me down that day. He did. Let's be honest. If even they played Liverpool, you just don't know. You just don't know. I don't know why we're still talking about this final. It's so long ago. It's so
still
long.
hurts, that's why it still.
I know
hurts.
it still hurts, Ryan. I know it does. I was there. That was my worst ever day as a Tottenham fan. That was.
I was there I was there in the stadium at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium with Miles, crying his eyes out when the second goal went in. Miles was crying his eyes out for a good 10, 15 minutes, and we didn't leave. And then a nice gentleman came over, tapped Miles on the shoulder, and went, "It's okay, son. It's the start of something special. It's been downhill."
And then it went all downhill from there. Let's say, as a fan, I will never look at that decision in the other game and say that was we had ace. Agreed. Totally agreed, Daniel. We didn't show up, but no, you can't, mate. Don't time him out. We're not about that. He's allowed an opinion. We're having a really decent football discussion, and I do like it.
It's
we're not
nice about football instead of coffee for once.
Shut up, Ryan. Get off my screen. I don't know what they've done with these new things on StreamYard, but it's really annoying. It's really annoying. He was done. He was done. Dembele's legs were gone.
Yes, but he still shouldn't have been sold in January.
Probably not, but his legs were gone. His legs were gone, and he wanted that move. He wanted to earn his money.
And then stay at Spurs for 6 months. Stay at Spurs for 6 months. That's all he had to do.
But the last hurrah of Dembele, was Juventus away in the Champions League.
Mate, that run, that I still speak about that run to this day. We had the day we signed Lucas Moura, we had Man United at home at Wembley.
Yeah.
And Moussa Dembele ran the show against Paul Pogba. Then we went to Turin, and he absolutely bossed the midfield.
Yep.
I can't remember Juventus's midfield.
Matuidi didn't play
play in the first leg. He was
Bentancur played, which is really funny. It's so long ago. Bentancur played. He came on as a sub for Juventus that day. So long ago. And
then
it's one of my things because I've got really good friends high up at Juventus. Yep. I was given tickets and I sat in the Juventus, not the director's box, but the box just before there. And it was so fancy. You had a TV on the front of your chair, so you could watch the replays back. That was one of the best footballing experiences I ever seen because I was able to watch the game and have the replay in front of me. It was epic. At the end of the game, every single Juventus fan going out of that stadium said, "We should bloody sign Dembele. That's the guy we should have." That's how good Dembele was that night.
Yeah. Then after that, we had the North London derby.
Yeah,
at Wembley, you know, the iconic picture of Lamella winding up wheelchair.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
Yep. And then we went to Anfield, and he bossed the midfield there at Anfield.
Yep.
And then it was the return leg, and Matuidi just shut down Moussa Dembele like that.
Matuidi was quality. Matuidi was quality.
Shut down Dembele.
But he was put on him. That shows the level. But in the
allegedly tactically outdone Poch that night.
Because we started really well, we started really, really well, and then they brought on a left winger and changed the shape. Oh, who was it they brought on in that? Who was it?
Liechtensteiner.
No, no. They brought on a left winger. And they moved Dybala in centrally. And then they had Matuidi on Dembele the entire game, and basically he couldn't do anything.
Spurs won.
Big up the wheel of corruption, indeed. What's the best way to travel to Turin? You can fly to Turin Airport. You can fly to Milan. You can fly to Linate, get a train into the centre of Milan, and you can get a train from Milan to Turin. It's really easy. It's really easy.
Asamoah
That's the one. He brought an Asamoah as a left winger. And that totally. I've not been to many. I've been to San Siro a number of times. I've been to Juventus Stadium, and I've been to the Stadio Franchi, Fiorentina. I need to go to more of them. I need to go to more.
Lazio for the semis.
I'm not doing that. I value my life, Ryan. I value my life.
Semi-final. Come on, I'm going.
We've had some brilliant legends. We have. Costa was good that game. Douglas, was it Douglas Costa? Yeah. It's the history of Tottenham. Yes, it was. The history of Tottenham. But
now you can mute him.
That's the difference between Pochettino, who I thought was a very good tactician, to Allegri, who was elite at that point. Good to see you, Paigey, and my lovely Jessie's in the house. Good to see you, Jessie. Good to see you. Hopefully you're well. Yeah, what Angus actually asked the question: what's the best performance you've seen in the Champions League? Dortmund away when Harry Kane played and we bossed them. Actually, no. Dortmund at home when we beat them 3-0. Dortmund at home when we
45 minutes. If you want to talk a complete and utter performance from minute 1 to minute 90. When we tore Real Madrid apart.
As well, that was... But that Dortmund game, Ryan...
Individual or team, Angus? Individual or team?
Yeah. Jan Vertonghen in that game versus Dortmund was elite.
Yeah. Gareth Bale versus Inter Milan.
Yep. Gareth Bale versus... Yep.
You've got to chuck Lucas Moura against Ajax.
Yeah.
If you're taking individual performances, he was one. I think is it Marca, the Spanish newspaper, have only given 10 players 10 out of 10 rankings or something, or 14 players, something like that. And there were 2 that season that Marca gave 10 out of 10. It was Dusan Tadic.
Yep.
When Ajax went to Real Madrid and won 4-1, Dusan Tadic was given a 10 out of 10 ranking, and Lucas Moura got a 10 out of 10 ranking.
That was it was really weird because people were saying it's prime. No, they had a lot of injuries that day. That was Nacho. Remember Nacho, the captain? He was playing alongside Sergio. Harry Kane bullies Nacho that day. He bullied him. That was a clinic. You've been to the San Siro. What's the atmosphere like? It's a very good atmosphere. That stadium, it's crumbling down.
Yes.
The away end.
When are they building the new one? Is that been cancelled?
They're building it now. There's still a lot of arguments because the Italian, as you know, no Italian team bar Juventus and one other, I can't remember, I think it's like Verona or something, owns their stadium. The local authority does not want Milan and Inter owning their own stadium. They don't want it because they earn more money from but the problem is they've spent millions on the train stations. Getting to the San Siro when we originally went there was very difficult. Now it's incredibly easy because it's at the end of the metro, the Purple Line. I love the Purple Line. It's great.
Don't ask about how the toilets are at the San Siro.
Shocking. Beyond shocking. That away end is horrific. That's the worst away end I've ever been to.
You get kept in, if you're a European, you get kept. I don't know what it's like for other countries going there. With
there is a rule, UEFA, but they treat you like you get searched 5 times when you go into that ground. 5 times you get searched like you're an animal. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Really, really good performances. But he was fantastic that day. It was really, really good.
You want to talk about it? You want to talk about Pochettino as a tactician? He didn't play Vertonghen as a left back. He played him as a left wing back.
Yeah, he did.
Because
that was ridiculous. That was ridiculous, that game, Angus.
Because he had Ben Davies, because he played, it started as a back 3 with Vertonghen being left centre-back, and then he changed it and basically put Ben Davies as left back. Or it may have been Danny. I think it was Ben Davies. Danny Rose was injured at that point. He put Ben Davies at left centre back and pushed Vertonghen further up because he knew Ben Davies would know the left back role like that anyway.
The current plan is they're going to rebuild the San Siro to use it as a concert venue, but Inter and AC Milan want their own stadium. They want to own their own stadium. And there is now there's an issue with Rome as well. Roma and Lazio are having a fallout. Roma wants to build their own stadium. So I think Lazio are going to keep the Stadio Olimpico. And I think Roma are building their own purpose-built stadium for football. Because I think now it's going to be the time, because Italian football is so broke, they have to build their own stadiums to be able to break even, because they're not making the money from the ticket sales. So,
Angus, here's one for you. Okay, as a partnership, Saliba and Gabriel, or Vertonghen and Alderweireld?
Alderweireld and Vertonghen every day of the week. There's no question. No question.
That's why. They conceded, what, 17, 18?
You're calling out Angus's bias as an Arsenal fan.
Yep.
He's magic, you know. He was toying with Madrid. He was toying.
As a pair, I'm talking about, not individuals. As a pair.
As a pair, Vertonghen and Alderweireld every day of the week. I'm sorry, Belgium duo. They were.
There's only about 4 centre-back pairings in the Premier League era that are better than them. Ferdinand.
Vidic, no, you're wrong. I'm sorry, Angus. We put our biases aside, but you can't. This is the problem, Angus. I love you, buddy, but you've got to be able to put your biases aside.
Vidic and Ferdinand, Carvalho and Terry.
Yep.
You've got to chuck Van Dijk and Canate, I'd say.
Oh, who did Judas play with in the Invincible season? It was
what?
Adams?
Keown.
Not in the Ledley King and Anthony Gardner. No. Partnership, I call it out. Angus. Oh, yes, that's a question. That's a question, Daniel. Good. Big up to you, mate. Ferdinand and Vidic every day of the week. Was it Adams that was? I don't think Adams was.
Keown. It was Keown.
It would have been Keown, wouldn't it? Or Colo Torre. Van Dijk and his shadow. Indeed, it's a Van Dijk quality.
Van Dijk and his aura.
Yeah. Oh, bloody hell, Van Dijk's a good defender. If there's one defender you could have in the world, it would be Virgil van Dijk. Imagine that. Here's the problem, because there are rumours that Liverpool want to buy Mickey van der Ven. Imagine, I think he would, if they get a big enough offer.
I would take Saliba over Van Dijk, though. I would.
Oh, no way in hell.
Right now, I would take, because Van Dijk's, what, 29, 30?
Sorry.
Saliba is unbelievable.
He's a great defender, but he's not Virgil van Dijk.
No, he's not. But in terms of that, you've got Saliba for the next decade.
It wasn't, actually. It's a good partnership. Mabs and Goff was class.
Am I the only one that really liked William Gallas?
He was all right. He did well for Spurs. He did really well.
Shrewd signing on a free.
Imagine you had a centre-back pairing of Virgil van Dijk and Mickey van der Ven. Game over. Game over. No one's stopping that. No one's stopping that.
Liverpool, and I know he made a mistake yesterday, but I'm going to say his name again, Antonio Silva from Benfica.
Okay.
He is a top defender.
Van Dijk is on the slide. He is 33 as a Yap Stam.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's why I go. That's why I go.
But that's why, Jesse. That's why I think Virgil van Dijk and Mickey van der Ven will be so good, because that means Mickey van der Ven can be Virgil van Dijk can be the coach, and then Mickey van der Ven does all the running. Who's texting me? Random number. Numbers from South Africa. Who the hell is messaging me? I am deleting that. Yeah, those two together would be game over. Gallas did frigging well for. He did do very well for us. The bet where he sat on the floor and gave up was a bit questionable. Maldini, yeah. Maybe. You might be right. It depends if he signs that contract, isn't it, Jesse? I think if they get him for another 2 years, I think that would be a good bit of business for Liverpool. Robertson Miller is a great centre-back pairing. Gabriel has been better. They do he's got a tough cup. 419 is messaging you. Lol. Good to see you, Kudos. Good to see you. Good to see you. We're going to wrap this one up soon because we have hit our hour. We did before when Ryan comes back. We do need to talk about the AZ Alkmaar game because we are playing them later. We are playing at 5:45, and you can watch the watch along over at JSY Talks Football if you wish to watch the Spurs watch along versus AZ Alkmaar. This should be a This should be a.
I was thinking you should do a live stream for Romania.
No, I'm not going to do that. Yes, watch her channel. 419. We've offered over 200. It depends if Real Madrid come, he's going to Real Madrid. No one's saying no. No one's saying no, Angus. AZ Alkmaar away, Ryan. This should be routine, shouldn't it? We should be getting through this game. We should be getting through.
Nope. Well, yeah, we should be getting through. We should be getting through. Won't be routine at all.
But we should be good enough to beat AZ Alkmaar.
This is a side. I know we got all of our players back, but this Alkmaar side are dangerous. They showed it last round. Anyone that can go and slap 4 past Galatasaray and then go to Galatasaray and cope in that environment, they are a well-drilled, well-mechanical. It's one of those teams that I haven't watched them at all, so I can't comment on it. So if anyone, but they seem to be just like a well-oiled machine, drilled wise, to be able to. It'd probably be one of those like mid-table Italian sides that we've struggled with in the past. You know, I
Fiorentina, for example, Fiorentina when they had Mario Gomez up front.
Mm-hmm. This seems like one of those proper banana skin games where I tell you what, if you offer me a draw right now and we can take them back to the lane, I'll take a point. I'll take a draw right now. But I think we're going to go. I think we're going to take a defeat back to the lane. I think probably 2-1 at Alkmaar.
Yeah. I don't know what to say. I don't want to say Dankeveld because that just means thank you. But yeah. Ryan casually eating tasty goods in public. Yes. As long as they're kosher.
I got them from Tesco's. They're on sale.
How dare you? How dare you? I shall be speaking with your rabbi. Won't be routine, but there's nothing easier.
We've got the same rabbi.
Yeah. We don't have the same rabbi.
Who's down at Tottenham?
No, he's just a mashugana. I love the bloke, but he's just a mashugana. He's a great lad. He's a great lad. But I'm speaking to your rabbi. As long as we don't lose by more than one today, I think we'll get past that. I think so.
Which was that?
Allow. Oh, bloody hell, Ryan. How much do you think Saliba is worth? 100 million, I would say. If Romero is 80, I think Saliba is 100. And Romero has less time on his contract remaining. If they both... what flavour?
Sticky and spicy.
Okay.
Saliba's
100 million, I think.
120.
No,
how long has he got his contract?
He's got 3 years left, I think. 3 years, I think. 3 or 4 years.
120. 40 million per contract. 40 million per year.
I think 80 million for Romero and 100 for Saliba.
Yes, Saliba's got 2.
He is worth that if he's got the contract length.
Yeah. If he's got, it's 40 million a year per the contract.
Till 2027. So that is, so...
It's 2025 now.
2 years. 2 years. So, yeah, 80, 90 million. 80, 90. Ciao for now, Will. Ciao for now. Damn you, I want wings now. You can get your own wings.
They're not your own
wings. But...
Literally. Tesco's, shove them in the microwave.
Sweden, Ryan. They don't have Tesco in Sweden.
Oh.
That's a t-shirt. They don't have Tesco in Sweden.
But they do have coffee.
They do. Everyone has coffee. It's great.
I know.
But Ryan, score predictions, chat, score prediction before we end the show. What is your score prediction for today?
Head says 2-1 Alkmaar. Heart says 3-0 Spurs.
That's such a different swing. Such a different swing.
I know, because I want the tie done and I want the Ajax and Frankfurt tie done and out the way so I can just book ahead of time. Yep.
Romero is a World Cup. Yep. Indeed.
Are you going to do one of them? Are you going to do one of the knockouts?
I'll try to. I believe Spurs will win.
Hendry.
Spurs are going to win 2-1 tonight. I think we're going to go 2-0 up and we'll concede a goal late on. And I think it'll be 2-1 Spurs. Angus, of course, being the Arsenal man, saying AZ 1, Tottenham 0. Very rarely do we not score. Daniel saying 3-1 Spurs, 4-1 Spurs win. Barbaric Disdain is saying 1-0. 4-0 Spurs if our best 11 starts. 2-1 if they have to come off the bench. 2-0 Spurs. Troy Parrott, hat-trick. Bloody hell. Spursy. But on that note, guys, it is time to end the show. We will be back tomorrow with probably Ian Ferguson. He's in 2-2 from Jason Bell. Ian is here from the United States of America, and we'll probably see him tomorrow. But thank you all so much for watching today's show. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Ryan, catchphrase.
Yep. Support the team, not the regime.
And as always, if you smell what the cough is brewing, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Ciao for now.
A little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned, wear a hat, sometimes play chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling. But all complexions that I adore, so hard to find, these seem impossible to score. So I dream of